Grand Evening Soul family. Sun's coming down. The sun was setting, and I figured this would be a great time to tell you guys about the 22-day fast. I actually just got done doing. Um, I say this is a great time because tonight's actually the full moon in Libra. So for those participating and releasing everything that keeps you from aligning with where you are right now, this is a great moment for us, especially for relationships, especially for anything that you needed to release to be where you need to be right now. It's a great time for that business opportunity. A great time, and it's Aries season right now. So it's like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting that Aries sun and you're getting that Libra moon. So I'm definitely taking advantage of it. I hope you do as well. But I wanted to specifically talk to you. Let me take my sandals off and ground. I kind of just like came out here. I was like, oh, the sun's setting. I gotta like run and hurry up and like get these guys a message, get my soul family a message today. But let me just breathe. Just reconnect with nature and settle down. I'm here now. We're here now. I'm in no rush. Divine's in no rush. Nature's in no rush. The flowers are still blossoming. The flowers are still blossoming. The plants are still growing. I'm in no rush. Um, so yeah, I wanted to speak about. I just embarked a 22-day fast to truly become light, to show my devotion to alchemy. As you guys know, I'm an alchemist. It's not only a philosophy anymore. It's not only the idea. I did my trip for the mental transmutation. Now it's the physical transmutation. Now it's the active work of an alchemist. So my 22-day fast was pretty much to prepare me for not only not I won't say necessarily. I mean, it was to prepare me, but it was specifically to align with the divine, to align with God, specifically to remove myself from any distraction, remove myself from any temptation, any urges, and it wasn't just food. Food did play a big part of it, but it was specifically anything that keeps me away from being my best version of self, being the greatest alchemist, the legendary alchemist that I can be. Anything that kept me away from being in my highest elevated state, anything that presented a form of getting me away from that, I had to cut off. I had to completely check it from the door and acknowledge, okay, this is keeping me in a certain place, keeping me in this comfortable place, keeping me in this place of what do you call it? Going back, stepping away from the grind, stepping away from stepping away from building, and for one to give you an example, whenever I will be faced with adversity, but I want to specifically say emotional challenges. A lot of the times, I would find myself snacking, and in hindsight, you may think, okay, snacking, especially for a guy like me that eats, I'm alkaline vegan, but especially at that time, I was more raw vegan, very very sticking to fruits and vegetables, and nuts like pistachios, cashews and so forth like that, which is very healthy, but it's like the way I was doing it wasn't. You should never, if you have emotional trauma that you're healing, or you have anything that's hurting you, you shouldn't go to a form of escapism, even if that is eating it out, eating your emotions out. That's it's not healthy. It's better than drinking. It's better than smoking. It's better than sexing it out. But at the end of the day, it's still escapism. It's still a form of when that adversity, that challenge comes, you you flee from it. You need some type of crutch instead of facing it head on. What is it that is disturbing my mental? That is what is it that is truly hurting me, bothering me? That makes me step away from. Okay, it's getting a little dark. How do I? Maybe that's a little better. There you go. Perfect. Somewhat perfect. That's fine. But anything that when you're confronted with makes you need a crutch, makes you need, a lot of people take medication. A lot of people, like I said, sex it out. A lot of people do. Even people like work it out. A lot of people like either way they have some form of crutch, some form of escaping what truly is happening, which is you're being confronted with yourself. You're being confronted with the shadow, and instead of running away from it, I decided to integrate that shadow, which is what we're supposed to do. And instead of, like I said, if I had emotional problems, usually or maybe let me give an example. If I'm if I felt that hurt, that pain from being in a physical separation with someone I love, for example, I would just snack. I would just eat some pistachios, and I try not to think about it, or something to get me away from thinking about this subject. But you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to grow through it. You're supposed to acknowledge it for what is happening right then and there, and don't let it have power over you. Practice, the laws of detachment. Practice, looking at this from, a balanced perspective, a balanced step back, and like, hold on, I do feel this way, and this is what made me feel this way. I don't have to run from it. I don't have to. I don't have to give power to this thing. It doesn't. It holds no power over me. I am the power that controls my thoughts, controls my emotions. Well, you can't necessarily control your emotions, but you control how you react to those emotions. So, and that's a powerful thing once you finally get to that point. So that's what I needed to do. I needed to take. I needed to take. I didn't. Well, originally, how I actually did it was I actually Euphoria Water, which is a brand in Philly, which is alkaline water, healthy, great water. You guys definitely check the brother out. He has a great, amazing business. He originally challenged, like I believe it was like, let's get 100 men to do 21 days of fasting. Whatever you do for 21 days builds a habit, builds a pattern, builds a strong foundation. And I was like, that's amazing. I was like, it's funny. I'm actually already, I've been trying to get my body to go on a fast. I love my cooking with a passion. So it's like, I'm like, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, maybe like tomorrow, maybe like next week. But I saw the challenge. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna prove to myself that, that yeah, I'm going past my limits. I think the longest I ever actually fasted for was maybe like 13 days of just water. So this time I went 22 days of just water, and towards the end I started incorporating like fruit juices for like revitalization and whatnot. But it felt so good to be in that place where I don't need. It really showed me we really do not need food as much as we think we do, at least not in the excess amounts that we are eating. All I had was water and chlorophyll, and I swear I literally felt amazing. And I got finished around April 2nd. Yep, April 2nd I finished. I believe I started like March 20th, something like that, something around that area, like March 19th or March 20th, one or the other. And literally, day in, day out, maybe like the first 3 to 4 days, I started thinking about it. I was in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many days until I can eat again. But after like a week, after a week of going into it, I was like, oh yeah, this is that good feeling where you don't need anything except the source. You don't need, or to be aligned with the source, better yet to say. You don't need anything except the divine. You don't need anything except God. God is going to fill me up, and that's exactly how I approach that situation. That's exactly how like I felt throughout it. Everybody's like, you know, how do you feel? Are you okay? You know, are you going to be able to do this or to do that? And I'm like, I'm still working out. I'm still, feeling super strong as possible. I'm still like doing everything that I wanted to do anyway to the best of my ability, and I felt amazing from it. I felt like, oh yeah, there's no challenge that you put before me that I cannot do. Anything that is set before me, I will conquer. I will approach that challenge the same way my man ET says. Uh, I'm here just like you here, and I promise I will not leave without that reward. I promise you, I will not. I promise you, I went. It was originally a 21 day. I went 22 days because the numerology, that's the master builder number. I wanted to incorporate that master building into my life. I wanted to incorporate that double dual energy into my life. And I feel I had dates prior on that day, and then on the Sunday, God rested on the seventh day after it was finished, and I felt amazing because of it. I felt like, oh yeah, this is my season. This is my year. I'm going every. I say that with a sense of authority because I put in the work. I am putting in the work every single day. My business is launching, and it's already launched. Production is beginning in less than 2 weeks. Things are into fruition now. Everything that I want is happening now, and it's because of my devotion. It's because of my determination. It's because of my discipline. It's because I decided that what I want is far not only more rewarding, but who I am is far stronger, and the divine that I worship, I pray, and I am aligned to is far stronger than any adversity, any challenge, any weapon, any enemy formed against me, and that's how I stand. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I believe that fasting is truly a period that is way deeper than just giving up food. It's way deeper than just giving up drinking. It's way deeper than just giving up sex. It's way deeper than just giving up these things. Making these sacrifices is way it's being aligned with who, not only who you truly are and your highest version of self, but it's is to truly show you that you can, that you will, and that you must. And that's exactly the way I approach that situation. And we're out here. I wanted to give you one before the sun completely set. Um, Hope you're all doing well, soul family. I hope you're all blessed today. I am. Smiling at nature. How much better could it get? The flowers are growing. The birds are chirping. The squirrels are making their noises. How much better can you get? Thank you for tuning into this episode for today. Blessed be another one. Glory be to the Most High. Peace, soul family.